All right, traders, we're in. It's a Thursday afternoon, 30 minutes after the close. I'm a little bit late, but I don't expect to be taking any signals based off the close today, although it could be wrong. Um, Something I'm reflecting on is that I just don't really look forward to trading or my trading sessions, and it's funny because I'm having um an excellent month. I've made money almost every day. It's funny, I talked about it, but you have to, for me at least, like I can have fun or I can have make money trading, right? I was having fun trading and it was also a nightmare and I was losing at times and my trading's super boring and I'm making money, but I need to keep focused on the why of trading. Why am I trading is really important, because if I don't focus on the why, so why am I trading? Well, it secures my freedom and allowing me to do other things. Gives me optionality in the future if I need to move. It helps alleviate my stress about inflation, and it's gonna help me have kids when I find the right woman to have kids and want to have kids. As far as my trades, I made some interesting decisions yesterday. I actually extended the TP of most of my shorts. I was in shorts everything, and I actually opened a fairly large long on Solana. So I have relatively equal long and shorts coming in. Solana was showing unusual strength, despite the market dumping. Solana didn't have open interest clear out, but Spot had come in support despite the market dumping, where Solana's price didn't go down at all and no longs got liquidated at all. I'm also preparing for the scenarios where open interest just gradually increases, which is something that can happen. Is um, yeah, open interest can moon. So I'm hedged, and I'll just say that I feel a little bit more comfortable with longs and shorts, even if it's less likely I made a lot of money. It's more likely I didn't lose a lot of money, so that's why I'm trading different strategies. The last thing is if you see my lip is swollen, it's because I got stung by a bee yesterday. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's happened. So Ape has continued down. It hit my TP, but it's gone further. Let's look at the trades that I'm in. Saga, printing. Arkham moved a little bit. Doge has moved against me. Ape has moved in my favor. Pixel is where it was. And Solana's up a lot. So if I look, let me see where we are. I should be up overall. Yesterday, when I logged off, the equity of this account was about 14,100, something like that. It's at 14,600, so I'm surprised it's not up more. Let me just show you also P&L analysis. I have 3, 4, 5. I have 7 straight green days right now. This is my daily P&L by the daily and the monthly. On the month looks really good, right? So I should still be in everything. I guess I'm not up as much as Oh, hang on. I didn't get filled on Bitcoin and it went up. Oh, that's interesting. So this one would have worked, but it's okay because I have the Solana long. I had a Bitcoin long. Where was it? I had two. I had one. Yeah, it was right here, and I pulled it, and it would be working. But the Solana long's pretty big. This was half a Bitcoin right here. So it would be, yeah, it would be up pretty good. Interesting. So I'm up on Solana, I'm up on Pixel, I'm up on Ape. Doge reversed. I'm surprised I'm not up more, but I guess it is what it is. So we are where we are. Okay, another winning day, great, but it doesn't make me love trading. Green day on gold, break even on silver. Stock market index is up a little bit, or varied. I guess what's interesting is seeing uh, Bitcoin, um, showing relative strength. Crypto showing relative strength maybe. So let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin and that daily gap. I had a couple longs that I pulled. Yeah, this one. I was trying to get in here. I think I had one here. I had one here. Yeah. But what really happened? It was yesterday. Okay. Strong Bitcoin dominance day. ETH dominance down. Solana looks good. BNB, ETH BTC, ETH. Yeah, ETH, man. Pretty ugly. Others dominance. XRP. Total 3 others. Before we get in, I just want to see, did we create any fair value gaps on the 4-hour time zone? We actually did, but I wouldn't have seen this unless I came in at like in the evening and could have gotten filled on this. But it's all good. Yeah, I don't remember how I was structured exactly on these. I actually don't remember how I was structured along Solana. Yeah, ETH. I still like the idea of that. Saga, Arkham. Yeah, Doge has moved against me. Pixel hasn't moved. Solana's interesting. I mean, if anything, more size would have been great, right? Like from where I entered, wow, there's no drawdown entry, right? I could potentially add on to Solana actually. Why? Because we took this monthly high and closing over it, which is actually another breakout long signal. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. I'm going to see if there's any fresh signals. And we're going to get into it. Just going through the charts, the daily routine. After working with my body all day, gotta work the mind, look for opportunity, and seeing one ray. We'll take a look at this one. Um, yeah, it's not a very fun business. I found you can either have fun or you can make money. So I had fun for a while. And now the focus is just make money. But you do you. This one's interesting. I have a lot of positions that's kind of making it hard for me to manage. It's making the sessions longer than I want. Okay, what's going on here? Let's see, what is up the most? Elf on a shelf. I guess I'm missing trades because I'm not looking at the whole, I'm not able to look at manually every, the fuck is wrong with Maker, man? This shit has been just straight down the shitter, no bounce. It's crazy. I need to um, do this. Absolute shitter. I would say the market as a whole is not really giving a signal, but I still favor upside. Wow, Tron looks good. Yeah, I cannot say, oh, I should be in Bitcoin because I'm in Solana, which is kind of outperforming Bitcoin. And I also don't really remember exactly how I had my Bitcoin trade set up. Okay, Pyth is something I can look at. Why is it lagging again? Okay, double whiff. Okay, so I've gone through my main filters and I found two potential trades, and then I could also potentially add to Solana and advance the stop on that. And I could potentially chase Bitcoin with a limit order. Um, Possibly, but it depends. Yeah, for Bitcoin, I mean, it's kind of in this little range, right? Let's look at Sol BTC. Really strong, right? This is the right one to be in as of right now. It's kind of stealing ETH Thunder, right? Okay. Um, Doge I might get out of. It's gone further than my initial TP. And then we have Ray, which looks crazy, and Pyth, which is sellable. I don't like the timing on this one though. Yeah, okay. So let's look at under the hood where I get my advantage. I'm going to start with the four majors, and then we're going to go into the alts. I feel like I'm probably going to close Ape. Let's start with the funding rate. Still pretty hot, but it's actually, it's really hot still. It's cooled slightly, but it can be hot and continue trending up. So there's times when um, the long bags are big enough. So we have shorts getting liquidated. Not a huge movement of day, but it's more shorts that got stopped. Okay, so we have that out of the way. Now I'm going to look at the four majors, which are Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and BNB. The store value and the three competing utility coins, which it's Solana and BNB that are winning. Yeah, I thought we would maybe get lower on Bitcoin, but I think it's pretty bullish, so interest. Okay, CBD. Okay, Okay, so we're gonna start with Bitcoin's the daddy. Um, I need the funding rate. So it's still pretty hot, but that doesn't mean it can't go higher. I mean, the price is going higher is great. I just, yeah, I don't love that we're at all-time high leverage. I want to see a bigger flush come out. It might not happen. It's possible that liquidity, like there just can be increasing liquidity, which can allow the open interest to sail to new all-time highs. But when I don't want, it's just a little bit risky where it's like long leverage is at all-time highs. It's not the ratio it is at all-time high, but there's a preference for longs for sure. And it's been more leverage driving this move than anything. And the most local move up was maybe, yeah, it was driven a lot more by open interest. Almost, yeah, $400 million in longs opening. So I probably will chase it, but I want to be really careful on it and maintain some short exposure to alts most likely if I want to do this. ETH weakness, man, once again, is surprisingly weak. It's rough. It's showing a lot of spot buying, but has just been unable to move the price up with open interest not really dumping out either. So come on. Okay, let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin and ETH a little bit. I still like the idea of trying to buy down in this area because now we have equal lows, roughly. But we have a couple nice looking gaps on the 1 hour where maybe this would be respected. I think the mailman's here. I'm gonna be right back. Hey, mailman is not here for me. So I want to think before I would do this, but yeah, I had one here. I don't know where my stop was. It was pretty close to this, I think so. I might have taken an L if I had tried to long Bitcoin right here, even though it's at a higher price. So then we look at ETH. Man, to me on ETH, I see lower potentially. We did create a gap, but it hasn't really bounced that much. And like we've got a greater sell signal, and we have so many stacked lows right here that I feel like they could all crumble. Maybe not all at once, but um, yeah, it feels that way. And again, I tried to limit short in here, but something that I noticed with ETH is a lot of the time it just dumps so hard. This one would have worked though. Um, yeah, right in here. I want to do a better job of shorting ETH because it's been a couple times. I think I shorted in this limit too, and I didn't here, and it just never filled. Never filled. It's all good though. I'm not complaining that I got unlucky. I'm reconsidering my strategy of how to get into ETH shorts. So BNB looks okay. Like we've had a lot of open interest wiped out. not so much, but the open interest never like is low on BNB, so it can climb quite a bit more. And we're seeing steady buying, so I like BNB. I mean, we came into an area that is logical. I just prefer to be a buyer with monthly lows taken, but like we took a low into a 4 hour gap. I think I need to run more longs maybe, because I'm only long on 3 assets and I'm short the entire universe of alts. So what I've been doing is just sizing my longs way bigger, but I think I could trade more zones where I had a long on BNB right here actually I think and I closed it. Yeah, and it would be working. Again, I have Solana, which is working, but I think it looked my BNB setup was something like this. Yeah, and it would be working nicely. But I do have Solana, so it's okay. So we'll come back to it because I usually do that. I do like to come back, but I could think about, right, we even created this gap and became respected it. I guess for BNB, this could be interesting. And there's two interesting areas. There's three interesting areas. So this would be a possibility is like running them real wide. That's a possibility that I'm going to come back to. And then we have Solana, which is just showing steady spot buying. There is a lot of increase in open interest, but actually funding's been going down, which means shorts have been entering. Longs have not been flushed out at all, though. And they could be flushed out, but part of it is the strength of the asset. So I want to leave it alone for now. Ape is showing unusual strength. So let's move on to Saga, Arkham, Doge, 8 Pixel, which are the shorts that I'm in. Saga, Arkham. Saga, Arkham. I like to come back to these because in terms of managing my risk, like the sizing, I want to make sure I'm not overexposed. Saga, Arkham, People, Doge, and Ape. I'm ready to close Ape. It's just, it went further than my TP and it's acting relatively strong in the past couple hours now. I just happened to move my TP. But yeah, I opened a pretty large short on Solana, so I don't really see a reason to think, oh, like I should have. Okay. 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 Again, something we're seeing in the market is different things are going up, different things are going down, right? Which is something I like to see. Okay. I have, oops. Um, okay. Okay. So let's start with Saga. Funding is nearly negative, with open interest increasing and maybe a little bit of spot buy. So this makes me think of maybe exiting. Again, why? Okay, funding is coming down, maybe predicted negative. It looks like like shorts are entering on Saga. So I'm kind of interested in closing Saga, which is ran pretty far anyways, and it's like right around my initial TP. And it makes sense to bounce somewhere in here. Saga, okay. Arkham, yeah, funding's getting pretty low on this thing too. And it's because open interest has been draining. I don't, yeah, so I might close Arkham. People seems like I could stick with it. Let's see. Um, People looks okay to hold. Doge looks okay to hold. Ape, I kind of just want to get out because it's gone so far and is showing a little bit of relative strength. So I think I'm going to keep people in Doge and I'm going to cut the other ones. Okay, I'm going to, oh, I have Pixel too. I forgot about Pixel. I have so many shorts, it gets confusing. Pixel, so yeah, people in Doge I'm going to keep. And then I don't see myself adding shorts. I see myself adding longs potentially on Solana and maybe opening pullback longs lower. Pixel looks like something I can keep open too. Yeah, this one looks okay. So my idea is keep Pixel, Saga, sorry, keep Pixel. Wait, what was the problem with Arkham? Funding was getting kind of negative. It's also showing like relative strength, it's just not going lower. I don't always love closing things right as they're going down, but that can all change. So let's do it. Again, why? Just the chart isn't giving lower right now, potentially. So I'm gonna close Ape first. Okay, Ape's done. I got a lot out of Ape. That was a good trade. Okay, Ape. And then I'm gonna close Saga. because it funding is like coming down. It just looks like actually possibly shorts are entering. It's not really giving strength though. Same thing with Arkham. So maybe I could squeeze more out of him. I could also just try to protect it. How's the market as a whole look? A little bit hot, right? Let me just start with that. Um, 944 on Ape. What day is today? The 24th. And it's 944. Lots of trades this month. And we have a win on that one too. Okay. Can I do that? Okay, so I have the idea to add to Solana potentially. I want to close over this and how much I like it. Yeah, Pixel. Just going off of current relative strength, like what's weakest right now, I'd like to keep Arkham open and maybe close Pixel. Pixel hasn't really moved actually. So let me do this instead. And I mean, it looks okay to keep. What's the market as a whole done? The market as a whole is green actually, but I made money. Although actually I made money because of the long side. I actually lost money on the short side overnight, mostly because of Doge, I think, from where I checked. Saga. I think I will take out Pixel. Just want to start claiming some. Sol, Pixel, Doge, Arkham, Saga. Okay, so Pixel's gonna be gone. Okay, let's go look at Pixel. 398 on that one. Pixel. I found a way to not really make any money on Pixel because I took that loss over here. So I made like 80 bucks on it. But I mean, my entrance was, yeah, down here, so it didn't really move that much. Okay, so I still have Saga, I have Arkham, I have Doge. which I feel like I'm okay with keeping. Doge is stronger than I like, and I don't like the idea of even taking a loss. I think for Saga though, I'm just going to target 2.2219 so this trade can be over with. Target 2.2219. Okay. Which might as well be closing it, but now Doge, I'm okay with staying with Doge, but I don't love it. We can look at Ray and Pyth, but again, I'm interested in maybe adding to Solana. This shit's a brain puzzle, it's tedious. I don't like the idea that Doge could turn into a loss when it went one R in my favor, but sometimes that's how it be. Okay, yeah, Arkham, Saga are weak. Yeah, Ape strong. I'm happy with getting out of Ape. Maybe I'll leave the rest for now. I want to see what's going on with Ray and Pyth. It doesn't need to be perfect, just needs to get done. Ray and Pyth. Okay, we're saying negative funding, so I would not short this one. Yeah, lots of spot buying coming in. Um, this would be a long, actually. Ray would be a long, but it's a no touch. We don't long charts like this. Let's see what's going with Pyth network. Okay, so there's some good things. I mean, this one looks a little bit like Pixel, where we're up, have a huge increase in open interest. Funding's very positive. The one thing I don't like is seeing spot coming in by here. Also, maybe there's another one that I missed. Radium, Pythia, I have those. BCH, ENA, Bonk. What's the deal with this? What's going on here? Okay, what's up with Pyth? Crypto redemption. Okay. Radium and Pyth, yeah. Pyth is shortable. I think maybe I will. If I were to do it, it would look like this. Something like that. This should have a pretty good chance because even if it breaks out, it would take this next one. The problem is 2R is kind of unrealistic on my preferred time zone, but maybe. Yeah, we could get back down there. We could get back down here. I don't see why not. Yeah, I'm going to take Pyth short. And then yeah, maybe I kind of like the idea of leaving the other ones for now. I might add to Solana, but I don't really love it. I think ETH's just gonna drag the market lower. So yeah, Ray can stay. Pyth, we'll do Pyth. This looks like Pixel from yesterday. Like absolute mooning and open interest. And futures getting happy. Maybe want to wait a little bit and figure out how I want to do this. So first let's look at Solana. I am interested in adding and advancing potentially. The problem with adding and advancing is I kind of like my stop where it is. Like this shouldn't get me out of longs, but it could take me out of Solana longs and I enter into Bitcoin ETH longs or Bitcoin BNB longs. I could do something like this though, where I advance my stop a little bit. So what is this long? It's a held breakout over this monthly high is what it is. Um, I couldn't add much. Also, it's not a great RR. I don't see a reason to aim higher than that. What would it take for me to get, oh, we could aim a little bit higher at least, to 2R down here. I could break even the first position and add to it. There is a 4R down here. And then with that, I could, if price comes down here, I could get into Bitcoin and ETH, or Bitcoin and BNB on a pullback. All right, well, let me do Pyth. Market is positive, so that's okay. 10x. How wide is my stop? 7%, so I'm going to put it at 13x leverage. And I'm going to do it at the market. It looks just like Pixel. Okay. $10.24. Pyth, which is a short, which is MTP, peak sell. Okay. So let's look at the Pyth. My stop loss is going to be at 0.4118. which is roughly what I would want to risk on this. And my target is going to be 0.32 roughly. Maybe open to the idea of risking a little bit more. Right, raise, not a trade. Doge, Arkham, Saga, BNB. I think I'm going to risk a tiny bit more, not very much more, but just a little bit more. Okay. So I'm risking like an extra $50 over normal for these shorts. I've just been risking 500 on them. Okay, so all my shorts are handled. Actually, I guess I would like to advance my stop. This one's almost a TP, so we're just gonna leave that, but I'll just leave that one because it's almost a TP. This one I guess I could leave too. No, I think I'm gonna advance it a little bit to like here, 1.835 on Arkham. 1.835, which takes a risk out of it. Doge, I kind of like leaving my stop where it is on Doge, even though it means a chance of taking a loss. And um, yeah, Solana I could think about. I kind of like the idea of continuing to wait for lower on Bitcoin. I could consider, right, so if Bitcoin, I have BNB all the way down here. What's going on right under this? Probably get a bounce there too. In retrospect, that was a pretty baller along that I probably didn't take, but let's look. So ETH, I am not fucking with ETH, right? If I'm trading ETH, I'm selling it, but I don't really like where we are now, right? I would want to be a seller up here, which I currently don't have on, but I could add. What I like about this one is the where my stop is. I could potentially absorb a move that takes this high even. So even running a wider stop would make me feel kind of good, but we are where we are. I'm gonna leave it how it is. So I still like the idea of price coming in here and of being patient for the deeper pullback. It might not happen. Yeah. I mean, it's funny though. It's like I've missed the Bitcoin up move, but I'm having that I've called for, but it just hasn't mattered. I've been having a great month anyways, right? I love that. It hasn't stopped me. Yeah, look at what happened up here with this wick, right? So I would say if I were to trade a pullback here, which I might be interested in trying, there is a little sliver of a 4-hour gap. It's not on every chart though. Yeah, it is. There's this little 4-hour gap right there. I'm kind of okay with trying with the idea of long like this with stop like this and trying for highs. Solana. Right now my stop in Solana is like way down here, right? The ones that I closed are up. The unraised, just too wild to trade. Um, Forgot to check. If there are more. I haven't seen Toncoin in ages. Except the most. Ape, Ray. Ape is still up 61% despite the huge dump. Chup. This is one that I missed. Well, I missed it, but it's interesting also. Kind of interested in it. Helium, Beam, DYDX, Pendle. Do I have Pendle? Session's going a little bit longer. Pendles, no. I think I have all these other ones. Uni, I don't think I have Uni on here anywhere. It's just so many to go through. Safe. I missed this one. Well, I actually didn't miss it. Today's the day, so I could consider shorting this one also. And then this would make me feel better about chasing in some shorts. So get RVN. Also, so I could consider a couple more. ID, Zeta. I have Zeta. Wait, I think I have Zeta. Not there, but there tomorrow. There's so many trades in this environment. So many. Okay, that's probably enough. Gnosis. Okay, so we also have Safe and Raven. I mean, Safe is kind of mooning. Raven is kind of dumping. This one is definitely more volatile than I would like to trade. Safe. RVN, RVN. That's kind of crazy. This one, I mean, look where it closed. It's just been straight down. Absolute giga dump. And this one is going, I don't really like either of them from the look of them. I'm like, the fuck's going on here? This one, though, okay. Interesting. Okay, so Rivian is out because there's a massive fine. Spot selling, but funding is really negative, and that's just a rule to not fuck with negative funding. Safe is really interesting. I don't really like that it's going, it looks really weird. But we've had, yeah, insane increase in open interest. We're talking about from nothing to 20 million. Why? What is it? What's going on? Thing. Kind of like it. Also, if I'm selling it at a high price, it's up right now. This one just has two negative funding, so I'm just can't. Pyth is mooning against me, but that's to be expected as a possibility. I didn't make my position way bigger than normal, just around normal size. I kind of like safe is doable. Ravencoin's out because of the funding. Jup is also going to be out because of the funding. Yeah, and the buying here. This one's legitimate. Jup is legitimate, actually. And could keep going higher, possibly. Safe, I just like the way it looks in terms of how, yeah. It just, one ATR feels like maybe it's not enough. I would look for this entire move to retrace. This is something that could easily just go against me, but the funding rate. Wait, hang on. Well, funding has come back to normal, and it's like, yeah, maybe not. I already have one that's okay, but all of these have negative funding. It's a tough scenario where the ones that I like to long are not giving me a long signal. The ones that I like to short don't really look that good. Okay, interesting. So much crazy. It's moved too much. It's too fast. I would like to finish up my session here soon. All of these, Jup seems doable. But again, how much is open interest up? Oh, it's up so much, but there's more shorts than longs, so there's a lot of shorts in here. And yeah, Jup's a for sure no. Safe also looks crazy. There was insane open interest that came in, and then everybody wanted to short it. Looks so weird to me because it's like the most bearish setup ever. Except, how is it that open interest is up? Yeah, safe's kind of interesting to me. Again, though, it's a lot like Pixel to me. Wow, look at that. Let me leave this shit alone. It's just, these guys are too wild. Python not looking great either. Okay. So, I'm thinking I would like to add to Solana at the market because it closed over the old monthly high. I would like to run a wide stop though. So I think maybe I advance it just a little bit and run it wide. Doesn't really make that much sense from a risk reward perspective, but it's okay. In that case, let's do it small. Or can I advance my stop further? Maybe up to here. Right, I wanna, yeah, give it the possibility to do this. Let's do this on Solana, okay? Solana, I'm gonna put my stop at 157.4. So taking some risk out, and then my TP is 195. I'm gonna add just a little bit here. I can lose a lot on Solana if it has a large red day. So knowing that, I like having a couple shorts still running. And then with Bitcoin, I guess I could think about running this. And then with BNB, these are things that could run without me, but in which case maybe Solana would carry. Yeah, the BNB one would be working money. That said, I would be up like 500 bucks, nothing crazy. I think I had it like this. want to say it was like this. Yeah. So it would be up, yeah, over an R. Yeah, I kind of chickened out in my longs. The thing with Bitcoin though is are people really not going to take profit at 70? I don't know. It's like I want to just hold for like an all-time high breakout, or if I sense things are getting overheated. I wonder if I'm making a mistake here with the Solana add-on. Which is lagging. Maybe we'll see. Um, yeah. Again, I cannot trade Job. I cannot trade Raven RVN. It's moved too much. It's too volatile. It's acting crazy. It's also heavily shorted. Safe is shortable. What might that look like? I would want to run my stop like so wide. Why is it just so strong though, you know? Why do I want to trade something that's just way too strong? Relative, showing relative strength, right? I already did one. Do I need to add another? Okay. So the last thing is the Bitcoin long. I also, for ETH, I also like the idea of having a long here. A small one. Yeah, that one looks good to me. In case we go down there. So I like that for BNB. Yeah, my target's gonna be like here. And then yeah, set Bitcoin up like this. This would set me up to lose a lot in like a straight market dump, but it is what it is. I'm okay with that. For Bitcoin, So we're gonna try this on Bitcoin. It's a little bit of a, maybe not my favorite, but Bitcoin limit at 67,105 with a stop at 65,600. So I'm looking at a 1,500, 65,600. So I don't want to risk more than half. I'm not going to have a TP initially. Okay, so let's look. Bitcoin 750. Don't really like the ad on Solana. Moment. Part of me actually just wants to take off on Solana. Like just close it. Part of me is like actually I want to close the whole trade because we haven't gotten proper flush, which I think I'm just gonna do. It feels like a greedy chase on Solana, everything about it. So I'm out of there. Okay, okay. Just thinking a day ahead. So I can limit if I want. Okay. So Solana. Yeah, this is much longer than I want to spend trading in a day, but I see Solana. Okay, here we go. So I made $757 on that. That was kind of stupid to go from adding to closing in a minute. 757. That one's a win. Okay, so I have Bitcoin. I feel better about that now. I want to prepare for lower still. So BNB, I could consider risking more on the Bitcoin now that I closed the Solana though. BNB, yes, I like that on BNB. B limit order at 550, 551 with five stop at 536, which is what, 15? So 10, I could do like, I'll do 30. Then I would want to TP at 625. BNB. Yeah, that works. And then let's go back to Solana. It's just showing relative weakness. I don't know. If I'm like really want to buy somewhere on the chart, it just feels like so fucking dangerous to be buying breakouts in crypto, especially an inside breakout where it can easily just come all the way back. So I feel okay about that. So I have Bitcoin lower, I have BNB lower. Although BNB I'm looking for price to come quite a bit lower. I think considering that, they're all working. I'm okay making the Bitcoin trade a little bit bigger. Okay, the Bitcoin trade, I'm okay making it a little bit bigger. Okay, be looking for it to kind of retest here, come into this 1 hour gap, which is also a 4 hour gap, which would also be like close this daily gap, which might not happen. Could just go straight up. And Solana, I guess I kind of chickened out. I don't like how my add-on looked, and I don't really want to hold. And I don't like that it's locally weak, and I don't like that it's the second breakout. First breakout, second breakout, and I mean, let's be real, it's in an area where just makes sense to sell off. And I much prefer buying a low price than selling high prices, and I'd rather set up my trading to do that. So BNB, the last thing that I want to do here, uh, glad I didn't do this on safe. This thing is absolute retard mode up. Wow. RVN, yeah, it's just too late. And JEP's not tradable for me. Okay. Right, I got out of Pixel and Ape, which just those two, right? Okay. The last thing I want to look at is Bitcoin liquidations. It's interesting that the Bitcoin and BNB longs could be working so well that, yeah, hedging, there's an example of when hedging would work great. Um, if I had been long, like, had those longs too, like printing on the longs and printing on the shorts. Okay. I want to look at Bitcoin with an eye for liquidation zones. I could see this taking a loss for sure, but I feel like it would be an okay loss to take where the move down on the shorts could potentially pay for it, even if it does happen. Yeah, I'm looking at this inside move. Yeah, okay with it. Let's look at BNB. This thing is crazy. What is it? Safe. Well, if I want to be a seller, it's better to do it now, at least. It's really negative actually, so that's a no for me. Yeah, BNB under the current low does make sense. Yeah, under this low. I just like lower because I like to, yeah, that's where we have a daily fair value gap and a 1 hour fair value gap together. But this is actually kind of interesting because it's a weekly low. think this might be okay too, but this is another one I would want to keep small. I'm trying to measure the halfway point. What's left? Yeah. It's interesting, like I'm kind of struggling to trade the Solana long. Like I just do better on the short side. Yeah, knowing that about myself, I'd rather like a couple smaller trades that might get stopped than than a big trade. So let's try this. This one I think I'm gonna do extra small because the stop's crazy tight. I can maybe increase the odds by putting this closer to the beginning of it. Something like this. Let's go back to BNB and I will take this too. 8. And risk more on BNB. I'm gonna close the current BNB. I have 2 of 3. So I have 3 Bitcoin longs. Yeah, these 3. So I'm gonna do BNB. Increase the leverage so I have more capital to work with here. 563 point, I'll say 564 with a stop at 554. So it's 10 points. I think I'll just do 30 because I don't want to take a huge loss on that, and that's a pretty decent size. Targeting 634. Do 40 maybe. It's been so orderly. I'm just noticing this trend line though, like if that trend line breaks, sort of ugly, but it's okay. Yeah, I'll just do 30. And then I have the lower one again at 551 with a stop at 536, which is 15. Again, 30 with a TP at 625. Okay. So I'm set right now. Feel a little bit better about that. Saga, Arkham, Doge, and Pyth. Okay. Maybe I should aim lower for Saga. Like, go back to this. It's just been so weak. I think I will do that too, and then I'm gonna be done. 2.0372 for Saga. 2.0372. haven't advanced my stop, but let me do that. 2.75. Okay. Long session, took me a while. Generally like it. What is it? Yeah, Python showing I'm about break even. It's about my entry. Uh, could take $1,000 loss on Bitcoin. It's a larger trade. Both of these. If Bitcoin wants to dump hard, yeah. And it's interesting. It's really Bitcoin that's been almost doing the worst. Right, if I look at some of the larger losses on the month, I guess I was trading larger at the beginning of the month. $1,500 Bitcoin loss. Then besides that, the largest has been 500. 24 wins, 13 losses. Looks good. Okay, that's it. We're out of here. Good luck, happy trading. Bitcoin dominance, let's go. Hold up, baby. Peace.